Hey, soul family. Welcome to Healing Truth Tarot. My name is Shelly. This is a general reading for the Mass Collective. Oh, and it's beautiful. You guys are doing so good. So good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, as usual, cards are pre-shuffled. Everything's cleansed, including myself. All the bad juju out, all the good juju in. So I hope that you had, at the very least, a productive full moon. It'll still be fairly strong today, tomorrow, and the next day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after, generally. However, you may be feeling a lot of the effects of that because of the retrograde planets. You might be feeling a lot of the effects of that. So for a while, I'm so happy. You guys are doing so great, so great. All right, so just a reminder, the planets that are in retrograde right now: Pluto till the 11th of October, Neptune until December 7th, and Saturn until November 15th. And then, when does Mercury starts retrograde? I think on the 8th? I think so. Anywho, look it up. Feel free to look it up. But all these planets in retrograde are just like a really powerful full moon. Okay? So you might be feeling very similar feelings, or feeling or very similar situations, or still with the cleansing and releasing, and out with the bad juju and in with the good juju, making room. All right, so the cards are pre-pulled and they were flying out again. It's a beautiful thing, people. Okay, let's get going. I'm so happy. All right, so first card, Page of Swords. And these first three are from the Rider-Waite tarot deck. The Devil Reversed. Yeah, I have to censor my cards. YouTube. Four of Swords. Five of Wands. The Hierophant. Death. That's the second time, which is good. This means, like I said, out with the bad juju, in with the good juju. I need my glasses for these ones. All right, these are my little Rider-Waite meaning tarots, and I will try to remember to read what it says at the bottom of the card. I get sidetracked easily. Okay, so we have the five of Wands. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. And we have Judgment. All right. So, at the bottom of the Rider-Waite Tarot is the Knight of Swords. At the bottom of the Crystal Visions Tarot deck is the Nine of Swords. Lots of cutting through the BS going on, folks. Doing a great job. And at the bottom of the Meaning Rider-Waite Tarot is, again, twice, reiteration, Four of Swords. And then after we're done doing this, we'll get some words from the word jar, then we'll pick some oracle cards, and then the final, I think we got 3 this time that flew out for the Del Toro deck, which is cool. So, all right then. So Page of Swords. Now I said something about some truths around family life, and I want to add possibly friendships as well, relationships of any type. Some truth coming out. And there is a group of you that has happened for you. And that's what the Page of Swords is. Somebody with a message that is truthful. And the message is honest, and there's no BS, hence the swords. And Swords, by the way, are Aquarian energy. So, so the message for some of you has come through. Some of you, it's still, it's in the works. There will be a message pertaining to some type of relationship that you have. I did get a strong sense in the last reading that there may be innocence involved, whether that be children or animals or elderly people or disabled people, you know, whatever fits for you. Oh, and by the way, if this reading doesn't fit for you, that's okay. That's okay. It's all good. Take what you need and leave the rest, or just throw it out. Plenty of tarot readers on YouTube that are awesome. And I want to give my thanks to those tarot readers that inspired me to do this, because I'm having all the fun. All right, so you had that. So now that you have that clarity, because that's what the Page of Swords brought, was some clarity. Now, if the devil was upright, that would be still holding on to stuff. But this card is reversed, and I love it when it's reversed, because that means that you are in the process of letting go of something that does not serve you, whether it be a person, a place, a thing, a behavior, a thought pattern. You are dumping that stuff, because I get this very strong sense that you're just so sick of it. Sick of thinking the same things, sick of people around you doing the same things. They're sick of being disrespected, sick of being in the same financial situation, because I did get some energy from some financial stuff going on. And yeah, the Mercury retrograde is big for that. Okay? Take a deep breath. Put your trust in something that you believe in that's bigger than you. Even if it's your soulmate, or your soulmates is the word I really wanted. The collective, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels. Ask for help, and that they will immediately start working on that for you. And accept it in whatever form it comes, okay? Because it may not come in the form you're looking for, or that you think it should, but it will come. So you're letting go of some stuff, and this is why I love this. I love this reading already. Just all these cards are beautiful. So, because of that clarity that the Page of Swords brings, and the letting go of some of the old patterns, behaviors, people, places, things, you get to rest. And you're being protected. I know, at first glance, it looks like those swords are ready to drop on the person that's laying down, but that's not what that is. That is protection. Let me see what's in the window. See, also we have angels in the window. Angels in the stained glass window. So you are being protected right now by your guides, angels, spirit, okay? And then we had the Five of Wands, and this is, you are resting, but you are either coming out of this, the fighting, the arguing, and this could be arguing with yourself. It doesn't have to be arguing with another human being or a group of people. But I'm getting a strong sense for a lot of you. You pissed off more than one person, because you're just done. And guess what? They don't have to like it. You have been giving and giving and giving and giving. It's your time. It is your time. You need this. You can't do anything for anybody else unless you rest up. And while you're resting up, and it may be a short rest, I gotta be honest with you, even though all these planets are retrograde, stuff is going on. Stuff is going on, and the crap is hitting the fan in a lot of ways, shapes, and forms. And that's partially in your personal life, obviously. It's just the energy. It's the collective energy right now. People are just tired of the lies and the BS. That's all. So this is either something you're just coming out of, or something that is going on around you, But I feel like a large portion of you aren't even going to entertain that arguing and fighting. You're going to leave it to the people who choose to stay in that dense, dark, heavy energy. You're moving up. And I don't mean from the level of ego. You vibrationally, you're moving up. And these people that are fighting are not at the same level of vibration you are. They are not for you, these people. So they're either going to choose to get themselves together, or they're going to choose to stay where they are. Time will tell. That's the only thing. Time will tell. And then we have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is about respect, tradition. Because you have chosen to walk away from certain things or people, maybe not right this minute, but at some point you are going to have earned their respect because you had the courage to walk away. And the traditional part of that is hold on, Spirit's talking. It's in the way that you carry yourself and the way that you go about cutting the strings, cutting the ties that bind you. It's a very traditional, the traditional way is going to work right now because you are learning how to maneuver and find, some balance, which we'll get to this one, but to find some balance because you're learning how to maneuver between the heavy energies and the lighter energies. This is difficult. It's not easy for you. It's been stressful. But this is why Spirit is suggesting to take a rest. Just shut down. I mean, do what you got to do, for the house and home, children, people you're responsible to. And Spirit says, be careful who you think you're responsible to, because some of you feel responsible towards other people that you are not. And they'll just have to get over it. I know I come off sounding sarcastic, but sometimes that's the only way people that you need to let go of understand what you're talking about. So that's the traditional part is there's no room for being gentle. I mean, you don't have to be nasty or mean, but there's no room for being gentle when you're cutting these ties. You have to literally put your foot down and just be done. Easier said than done, but I feel like you're doing it. And that's why people are going to argue and fight, and they're going to try and come at you. The best thing that you can do when people come at you because you're not behaving the way they want you to is, again, to walk away and just don't perpetuate it. Don't feed into that stuff that they've got going on. That's their stuff. None of this stuff that is going on with these people that want to argue is yours. It is all theirs. You haven't done anything wrong. You're taking care of yourself. Again, you can't take care of somebody else if you can't recharge your battery so you actually have something to give. So you take that rest. You get that relaxation. You do you for a couple of days. Spirit says, tone down the social media and the news. There is some important news going on right now you might want to see, but be selective in how much news and which news channels you watch and who you believe and who you don't, because a lot of it is just not true. It's just propaganda. So, all right. So, you're doing all this letting go. And this is conscious letting go. This isn't subconscious or it is on a soul level, but it's a conscious thing that you're doing. You know you're doing it. Otherwise, these people wouldn't be fighting with you. or fighting amongst themselves. Because I feel like there's somebody that you want to let go of that already has kind of taken your vibe, or taken, or they're going to take after you. That's the word Spirit's telling me. They want to take after you. They want to do what you're doing. So, everybody's not angry at you, but you are carrying different energy, and they're confused because they're still carrying the same stuff. They're being pushed just as hard as you are to change. They're just not, they just don't get it. Doesn't make them bad people. Just because you cut ties with somebody doesn't make them a bad person. It just means it's time to move on and make room for something else. Something that fits you vibrationally. Okay? And then, yeah, we have the death card. So that's what all this is talking about. This is the death of the old to make room for the new. Surprised we didn't get a Wheel of Fortune. So, the Rider-Waite Meaning Tarot is the Five of Rods. Okay. Yeah, or Wands. We have that twice. So, double dipping, people. Double dipping. It's a beautiful thing. Reiteration. So, this card says, learn to take life as it comes, both positive and negative. Arguments, inner or outer, conflict, struggle, boldness, tension, rivalry, and competition. So, the arguments, yeah, is what I already talked about. Struggle, inner conflict, and struggle are the words that Spirit is pointing out to me. A lot of you are fighting with yourselves, as I said. You're fighting with yourselves. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. I should have just, done what they wanted me to. I should have been nicer. Okay, but you weren't me. Their reaction to you putting your foot down was anger. And anger is born of fear. Okay, anger is caused by two things: fear or untreated. No, I'm sorry. Depression is a side effect of unspoken anger. So fear causes anger, and then anger can cause depression. That's where I'm going. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, good thing Spirit's here. I'd be tripping all over myself. Yeah, so before it gets to the part where you are angry, because people may be saying hurtful things to you, or maybe you let go of a place or a thing or a situation that it hurts you. It hurts you to let go of it. And it's understandable, but don't let the sadness turn into anger. Speak your truth. Because while these people are fighting, either around you or inside your head or both, you're being called to forgive yourself as well. Because when you let go of a person, place, or thing, it's important to forgive that person, place, or thing. And yeah, I mean, you can forgive an experience. You can forgive an experience. And you can forgive yourself for the way you reacted or whatever went on that you had a part in. You can forgive yourself for that. But honestly, if you don't forgive yourself first, you're not going to be able to forgive the people who you are angry at. Because you did let go of some people that you were just livid. You were just like, all right, that's it. I've had enough of your crap. And you are angry. And anger is a human emotion. And there's nothing wrong with being angry. The problem starts when you hold in the anger. So find someone to speak to. Find someone to talk to. You got somebody, at least one person that'll listen to you. One support person. You have at least one. Even if that's a therapist or psychiatrist. Speak your truth to somebody. You'll feel better. Now we have the Two of Swords, balance. This is, again, a side effect of all of this wonderful work you've been doing, even though it doesn't feel that great. Some of it doesn't feel that great. Other parts of it does, because you're like, it's about time I let that go. All right. So, Two of Swords, listen to your inner voice when making choices. Stalling in decisions, strength through suffering, peace restored, and stalemate. That was very random. So we want to look at the peace restored and the strength through suffering. And that's where you're finding your balance, right? That's where you're finding your balance. So again, if these situations haven't happened yet, they're on their way. There's plenty of time for these things to happen. So just, this is a heads up for some of you. This isn't going on for all of you. Right, yeah, so you're finding your balance, or you will find your balance through that, what does it say, strength through suffering? And I feel like the suffering is not their suffering. You're to let that affect you. And that's human. That means that you have a heart. It means that you have feelings. It means you're not apathetic. You're empathetic. Okay? Because you've been there and done that. Whatever's going on with these people around you that you've had to let go, you've been here and done this. So you are empathetic to it. Doesn't mean you got to stick around or allow them to stick around. Next, we have judgment. Beautiful thing, people. All right, this one says, answering the call to action creates new opportunity. Awakening, purpose, reckoning, self-assessment, atonement, and rejuvenation. And that is how you feel, people. That is how you feel right now. I just feel like it's a very large group of you that have let go of something. And that's been consistent in your lives that you've just been so done with. Just so done with it. I can dig that. I dig it. All right, so let's pull some words out of the word jar. Okay, sharing and giving. Yeah, so like I said, if you don't take care of yourself first, you can't do any of this. Now, when you are able to share, again, be picky about who you're sharing and giving to. If you don't have it, don't give it. That's all. I know, again, easier said than done. But if you don't have it in you, or you don't have it physically, don't give it. Because Spirit's telling me there are some of you that are handing out money to people right and left. Or you've got that one adult child that needs money all the time. Or you've got a friend that, oh, geez, I'm broke. Can you give me $100 for the rent? It just... In regards to the adult children, listen, I am not of the school of thought that you're done with your kids and you don't support them in any way, shape, or form just because they turn 18 and or move out of the house. I'm not of that school of thought. I didn't become a parent to say, okay, I'm done, thank you very much, bye-bye. I didn't have kids for that. But sometimes supporting an adult child is saying no. And this came up in the last reading. If you don't say no, they're never going to learn. And I feel like there's a bunch of you frustrated. And it's like, as soon as they ask you for something, you don't even think about it. It just comes out of your mouth. You go, okay, yeah, I can do that. And they're done that too. So Spirit is asking you to, when someone that you keep giving to and giving to and giving to is asking, from this point forward, literally take a pause. Take a deep breath, take a pause. think it through, because there's two sides of your brain, and one is saying yes and one is saying no. Listen to the one that says no. And you may need to explain why you're saying no. And they might be angry. They'll get over it. Sooner or later, they'll be fine. But people don't learn their lessons if somebody keeps rescuing them. Because the truth is, you can't save anybody but you. And I think you've done enough. Or find a different way to help. That doesn't include the thing they're always asking for. Just find a different way to be supportive. Direct them to a place that can help them when they're ready. There's stuff available. For anything, not just rent. There's food, anything. Emotional support. Now that, I tend to give more emotional support than anything else to my kids. Because they need it. And because I never got it. So I like to give it to my children. And they're all grown. All 5 of them are grown. So, oh my goodness, that's a lot of babies. All right, so Judgment. Yep, that's a great card. Oh, we were picking words. I don't know why I picked up that Judgment card online. Social media. Yeah, Spirit, that's what I was talking about. Spirit's asking you to slow your roll there with the, excuse me, to slow down with the social media, the texting, the news, all that stuff. Just give that a break for a couple of days. And I don't mean let it go completely. Unless you're the type of person who, once you get going, you can't stop. Then you might want to give it a rest. Try one day. 1 hour at a time. Sometimes you got to do that. 1 minute at a time. And see how far you can stretch it. But yeah, Spirit's saying, because there's a lot of drama and trauma going on socially right now, social media and the news. So, and I'm not anti-news, okay? I just have yet to find a news station that isn't biased. And once I find that, I'll be okay. Okay, but I mean, you need to be informed, but you don't need to be inundated, okay? Convict. Uh-oh, what's this? So, oh my. Someone that is listening right now has a convict in their life. Someone who's been convicted of a crime. Someone is telling me, Spirit is telling me that there's someone who is involved in some way, shape, or form with somebody who is in jail, who just arrived, pretty much just got there, and they're waiting to see the judge. And there is also someone who has someone in their life who is in prison. And you have cut the ties. And when I was picking up, doing too much financially for somebody, that sounds like that fits. I mean, it fits in for those of you who just have kids that are always asking for money or a friend. But Spirit's telling me that this Devil card upside down is someone, one of you is letting go of someone who's been convicted of a crime. And you're just done giving. Because you don't have it in you. And I don't think it's that you don't have the money. I think it's just that you're tired. Tired of dealing, because this person is very, oh, poor me. Oh, I'm innocent. Oh my goodness, they did this to me and they lied and they set me up and I was framed. It's all, I'm just a messenger. It's what Spirit's telling me. And you're just tired of dealing with that victim energy. I couldn't imagine being in prison. I don't think I'd survive it. Which is why I'm not trying ever to go. But, and I understand the victim energy. in a prison situation. But the truth is that that person put themselves there. And it isn't your fault, and it isn't your responsibility to keep giving and giving and giving, because they're sucking you dry. They're sucking your energy dry. I don't think it's a financial thing so much. I think you can afford that. I'm just saying, here and here, they're just eating you up. And you need a rest. Okay. And that's also where the Hierophant can come in with that too, that traditional thing, the court system. Traditional judgment. The court system. Okay. Fighting in prison. Fighting in jails. Now, whoever is dealing with the person who just got into jail, not prison, but jail recently, they do need your emotional support. They absolutely need your emotional support. Because I feel like whatever they did, even though they're responsible for it, they know they did wrong. They know it. So they are less apt to play the victim. They may be sad. They may be depressed. They might even be angry. But they're not carrying around that poor me victim energy. So they absolutely need your support. So you're doing good with that. Keep being as supportive as you can. And remember, don't let anybody deplete your battery. All right, another word. We've never pulled that word out of the jar before. That was very interesting. Thank you, Spirit. What do you got here? Cutting, slicing. Oh, Spirit, you're great. Cutting and slicing. Cutting out the BS. Cutting ties with people, places, and things that no longer serve your higher purpose or your calling. You have a calling. I'm going to make a blanket statement. I mean, there's obviously going to be specifics because every human is unique. We are here for one reason, two reasons. To learn something, and then when we exit the planet, we go report back to Source and talk about our experiences and what we learned. And Source is pleased, by the way, by what you're doing. And the other reason is to teach other human beings things. That person that broke your heart, thank them for breaking your heart. Thank the experience. And then thank yourself for falling for that crap. Thank yourself. Be grateful. I don't know where gratitude came up somewhere today as I was tooling through some literature or something. That word gratitude. Oh, I know. Oh, never mind. We'll get to gratitude later. That's one of the oracles. That's where I saw that. Yay. All right, another word. Taking it to the next level. Yes. Yes. Where's my things here? Oh, wait a second. Yeah. Knight of Swords was on the bottom. Taking it to the next level. And that was on the bottom of the Rider-Waite. And then the Sun. Taking it to the next level. Growth. New stuff. New beginnings. Fresh thoughts. Fresh ideas. Knight of Cups. Oh. Knight of Cups. Emotional stability. Emotional stability. And then the Star. Aquarian energy, the Star. Wishes. Desires. Being planted. And you've already started that, by the way. That wish fulfillment thing, or planting seeds, or that little side gig you got going on, or maybe you're starting a YouTube channel, maybe you like posting on other social medias. Yeah, you already started planting the seeds. It's a beautiful thing. Next level. And the moon. That's the last word card, because that's fitting, because we just had a full moon. Just had a full moon. Things, moon, Pisces energy, things are brought to light. Things are brought to light. Cutting through the BS. I know I say that too much. Cutting through the BS, people. All right. What's the numbers on the clock? 35. So 8. Look for the number 35 or 8. 8 means you are on the right track for abundance. Whatever abundance means to you, it's not about money for everybody. Emotional abundance, friends abundance, family abundance, emotional abundance, heart abundance. All right, so let's get our healing energy oracle, and that's where I got gratitude from. It's a beautiful thing. Gratitude. All right, let me read this to you. I am aware of the light in my life. I direct my thoughts to the beauty in and around me. I give thanks to God for every little thing that brings me joy. Thus I enlighten my thoughts, riches surround me, and I appreciate all that life brings me. So Spirit is suggesting that when you're resting, that you write down a few things during that period of rest, whether it's a day or 2 days or an hour. But start your rest off with writing down things that you're grateful for. It really, I know I harp on it a lot, but it's really, it will save your butt. And no one expects you to be grateful when you're in the middle of a heated argument. You're not going to be grateful. That's ridiculous. That's not going to happen. But once you've calmed down and you get some clarity and you get to step back from a heated situation, that's when you can start again thanking that person. You don't have to thank them out loud, but thank that person, thank the situation, and thank yourself. And thank the experience. Right? Write that down too. Writing is a wonderful tool. It's a type of magic. Writing is. Just like words. Spoken words. Yeah, Spirit says to remind when this arguing, fighting, and fussing is happening, choose your words wisely. Be as kind as possible. Progress, not perfection. Do the best that you can. You are all doing the best that you can at any given moment. All right. And our angel oracle daily guidance is life purpose. This is pretty. I like that card right there. All right, let me get my trusty flashlight. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. So in other words, there is a little push from some of you because you know what's going on. You're aware, consciously aware of what's going on right now with the spiritual awakening, the beautiful spiritual awakening stuff that's going on right now. And some of you want to push. And I dig that. I do. But this card is saying, don't do that. You don't have to. The more you can quiet yourself, quiet your mind, and be open to receiving the nudges or the little signs or signals, birds, numbers, animals. You're watching TV and something hits you. Something somebody says hits you. Those are all signals from Spirit. Okay? So anything that you need to know is there. You just got to quiet your mind and be open to hear it. All right. Last cards. I did pull 3. Three flew out and I took them. I normally only do 1. Out of the Del Toro deck for my fellow horror flick fans. Love me some scary movies, people. So we got 2 swords and a cups. We got 5 of swords. I'm sorry, 4 of swords again. Just a reiteration. Time to rest. It's just spirit clarifying. And we got the Eight of Cups. So that, to me, is emotional stability. That's the balance. The emotional stability. Okay, because, gosh, you guys have spent so much time just struggling. And the truth is that every single experience we have and every single thing we say or somebody says to us causes an emotion within us. Every single thing. And this card is talking about emotional stability, emotional balance. Because of all that work you've been doing. All that cutting ties, cutting strings, cutting out people, places, and things that don't serve. That's where that emotional balance is coming. And again, if this isn't happening for you now, it's going to. The last reading I gave it up to 9 weeks, give or take. So I'm going to stick with that because Mercury retrograde is going to be till the 27th. That's when it goes out of retrograde, but you're still going to have 3 weeks of shadow after that, after it goes direct. So you're still going to be feeling it. So the next 9 weeks is going to be about a whole lot of clarifying. And some of it's going to be painful and some of it isn't. There's going to be a lot of aha moments. There's going to be a lot of wow. You're just starting. You're starting to see stuff differently. You're starting to see yourself differently. You're starting to see the power that you hold. Power. And this is the Five of Swords, which tells me that, you know, somewhere in this 9-week period, this came up last reading too, that there's going to be, a 5 is always like a stalemate. Like something's not moving. So Mercury's in retrograde. Yeah. I mean, that just makes sense. Something's not moving. I don't think it's your spiritual growth that's not moving. I think it's again, the technical, the financial, the travel, the communication, those things. And Spirit's telling me the biggest one for you guys, some of you, is going to be the communication. Either you're trying to get a point across and nobody's hearing you, or you're waiting on a communication that hasn't come yet. Guess what? It got lost. I'm seeing a paper mail. It got lost. So you may have to call whoever that letter or note is attached to. You may have to call them and ask them where it is. Tell them you haven't received it yet. So that's just a side note from Spirit. So yeah, there is going to be a little frustration because of lack of movement. Things now on swords, right? Cutting through the BS. But this is somewhere someone's not going to be honest with you. Either a person or an institution is not going to be honest with you. Let me pick one more. I just got to do it. I'm going to pick it from the Crystal Visions deck. Let's see what we got. Oh, we had the Nine of Swords on the bottom. That is another rest and respite. She fought her battles. She won the battles. She laid her swords down. And now the crows are waiting to give her the next message that she needs to hear. So there is communication coming. In regards to that thing that you're waiting for. It is coming. So this card is saying, relax. Take a deep breath. Being angry about it or frustrated about it is not going to make it happen quicker. It is on its way. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I truly do. Oh, before we sign off here, tomorrow, the 22nd. No, I'm sorry. Today's the 22nd. I'm doing this on the 21st. but I'm gonna post it on the 22nd. So today, Monday the 22nd, is Leo season. Now let me tell you about Leo season and what Leos are, what their attributes are. Natural leaders, confident, charismatic, creative, innovative, theatrical, dramatic, loyal, dependable, passionate, energetic, enthusiastic, kind, sensitive, and it said dramatic again. It double dipped on that one. So, so dramatic. Apparently, spirit. Yeah, I know some Leos. My little drama queens. So, but they're like the dependable, passionate, loyal, creative, beautiful things. So that's the energy that will be starting. Probably already has started. We're on the cusp today of between Cancer and Leo. So that energy has already started. And there's ways for you to look up and see how Leo season will affect your sign. Okay? Your sun sign, rising, North Node, Venus. Look it up. Google that. Yeah. All right, people. Thanks so much for showing up. You have a beautiful evening or day or whichever is going on for you in your part of the world. Stay safe.